Yesterday in our sermon, Rachel was talking about Acts 21, and Paul has this clear sense that the Spirit is leading him back to Jerusalem. Others also have this sense from the Spirit that Jerusalem might be in the future, and they see visions of trouble for Paul if he goes that way. But they take that as meaning Paul shouldn't go to Jerusalem. That's where danger is. That's where hardship is. That's where trouble is. Let's avoid that. That seems like common sense. But Paul thinks his call is in that direction, and he counts the cost. He thinks it's worth it, and he goes. And Rachel took us through that and what was starting to happen there, and we'll get to the rest of that chapter in this week's sermon, or at least most of that chapter. But just as a quick reminder and encouragement, there's a call on all Christians that we share to witness to Jesus, to follow his way. But to receive a call does not mean that you have a call to be the missionary who travels by boat around the Mediterranean like Paul. To receive a call from Jesus by that stirring of the Spirit in you does not mean that you are forced to be a traditional missionary or a pastor or something like that. You have a call to be a child of God, part of his family, still following Jesus, but it may look different. It may be that you have a call to the place where you've been put in your job, in your vocation, to witness to Jesus there, never moving in your whole life, let alone bouncing around the Mediterranean, but that's still your call. There are people whose call it is to be teachers in schools. And right now, I'm feeling for you. It is a rough time. But recognize that may be something that God is calling you to. And if that's so, even with the troubles and the hardships, he is preparing you for it. And I hope that gives you courage and comfort in the hard times that we have ahead, to be able to do these things and to do them for Christ, in his power, with him in mind, with him at your side. There are calls that look so different in our lives, but remember that what we do for him doesn't mean it's easy. And oftentimes it means that there will be trouble, but face those troubles like Paul, knowing that he's putting us there with reason. So I hope, especially with you teachers now going back to school, that you will be more ready with times of prayer, reflection, meditation on how God might be putting you just where you are with just those students this year in mind, and that will give you at least what you need to start each day, to take each step, to do the things that you need to do to witness to Jesus.